Hey, how's everybody doing? So today I'm actually in my car. I personally drive a BMW Z4, a 2007 3.0i. For those who may be curious, no, it's not an M. These are just aftermarket little neck things that I bought, but it does have the M Sport suspension in it, which helps it handle fantastically. I love this thing. It was actually on paper, it was my first car. I actually had a 2007 Mustang GT convertible premium. No, it was not a 2007, it was a 2006. But I ended up underpaying for it. And what I did was I gave it back instead of keeping it because of the insurance. I just found it as an easy way of getting out of it without having to pay damn near $600 a month on insurance for the car. So I ended up getting this one, and then what I decided to do was just put it under my parents' policy while I was still living in their house. And I ended up getting about a $292 policy with some insurance company. But then as I went on in the car business, I started to meet a lot more people that had their own, insurance agencies and all this kind of stuff. So I spoke with one of my really good friends, Felix Coutey, who, if you actually Google him, he has a State Farm. And he does amazing work when it comes to quotes and all of that. I use him for a lot of my customers, and then also I use him for myself. He's my agent, and right now I'm currently paying $167 a month for this BMW. Now a lot of you think this is probably a really high amount. It is full coverage, and not only that, I'm also only 22 years old. My driving record's actually clean. My credit for insurance is clean. I only had one claim where my car was actually sideswiped in front of my property, so it wasn't anything at fault. But there's definitely a lot of places out there. Yesterday I actually ran into an issue with a customer that I was selling a car to. She was buying her first car. She had just gotten her license last month, if I'm not mistaken. It was actually on the 28th of March she got her license. And so it was brand new. She bought a car yesterday. I helped her out. She actually left me a wonderful review. And what happened was that when I thought, maybe even my agent would be able to help out. I didn't think it was going to be that bad. I didn't really look at the numbers altogether. But the first insurance quote came out to $750. It was insane. So we went with other companies. We went with Geico. I believe Geico was trying to charge her $870. Progressive was going to charge her about $900 a month for insurance. And the last person, well, actually we all called Erie as well, because her friend was with her, and he was like, hey, I have Erie, they're pretty cheap, try them out. They ended up quoting her $1,200 with if it was a $500 deductible and $1,058 for $1,000 deductible, which we couldn't do because of the bank's approval. The bank's requirements and their stipulations. So we ended up going to Esurance, and with Esurance, which I am actually very curious to check them out and see what kind of quote they give me. And also the coverage. You have to really pay attention to what they cover and what they don't cover. But with Esurance, I ended up getting her a quote for $488, and that was if she only made one down payment of $488. So if she would have done about an $800 down payment, the monthly would have been about $406. But if she decided to go with the lesser down payment, it was $488, then it came out to $488. Well, it ended up that it was a glitch on the computer and all this stuff. It actually ended up being lower, a lower amount that she had to pay. But she ended up paying the full pop, the full 800 and some change. Luckily, of course, her husband, had some cash laying around that, he was able to help. But I mean, honestly, it took me about 2 hours to shop around for some insurance. And honestly, if you want to find some insurance, just go online and get some quotes. It does it really quick. But if you're car shopping, you should definitely take a look at what car it is that you want, if you've chosen it already, and then just go ahead and quote some insurance. Hold on, I'm about to order something.
Thank you for choosing Starbucks. How can I help you?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I just want a grande iced coffee with some cream and 3 raw sugars.
All right. Is there anything else I can get for you?
Yes, a grande Americano with give me cream and 3 raw sugars as well.
With cream and 3 raw sugars?
Yes, and then can you also give me some raw sugars on the side?
Sure. Just remind me at the window.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
All right. Is there anything else I can get for you?
No, that'll be it.
All right. Total $6.26.
Thank you. Excuse me. Hello?
Yes, something else for you?
Yeah, actually, I just wanted to change the size of the Americano to a venti.
Thank you.
To a venti.
Yes.
Alright. I'll have this one dress window.
Thank you.
No problem.
So yeah, I mean, honestly, I encourage anybody to go, and if it's the first time that you're purchasing a car, and you don't have an insurance set up yet, it is going to be one of the most painstaking things that you look for, because not only is, when the first time that you buy a car, not only is it a little bit difficult depending on the situation that you're in, and also the dealership that you're working with, it may take, the average time, honestly, that a customer spends with me, it's about maybe anywhere between 2 to 3 hours doing a full process. I mean, A to Z. I never met you. We never talked before you came into the dealership. Otherwise, my average time is about an hour. If we actually, have corresponded through the internet, over the phone, via email, text message, whatever it may be, if I got a hold of you, believe me, I'm going to have something ready for you by the time that you come in for your appointment. And that's the thing about it that you want to do when you're shopping around for a car, and it's the first time that you're going to buy a car. I highly suggest that you first go online. We go online for everything now. Please don't walk into a dealership. A lot of these dealerships, which is the reason why we have such a bad reputation, is because a lot of these dealerships do not, they don't help customers out. And believe me when I tell you that, I'm not joking. I've worked for other dealerships, and I love the one that I'm working for right now. This is the one where I actually plan on growing my career, and where I will be growing my career. I'm actually going to start as a finance manager next month in May. I'm going to train tomorrow. I'm starting training tomorrow for that. This is actually going to be my last month on the sales floor. So I do want to make, this vlog so I can show people, and then also kind of advise some of my sales consultants, say, hey, go take a look and see what I'm saying, see what I'm talking about. Some of the stuff may help you out, which is very true. A lot of people won't actually sit down in front of me and take in some of this knowledge. They'll go look for it elsewhere or not do it at all. But I'd highly advise you that you shop around online first for the car that you want. Then also get some quotes from some insurance agencies and see what's going on, see what's the best out there, what the coverage is, and also, your down payment, all of that. Take a look at all of it, because it's definitely going to save you a lot of time. A lot of the frustration that comes from customers is being there too long. So I definitely advise you guys to do that. Like I said, I found Esurance to give them a really good quote. I don't know if they still shopping around for a lower one, but I would if I was you. Don't just stop there. You're always going to find something better. So again, just go online, do your research, and believe me, you're going to save yourself thousands, if not hundreds, thousands of dollars, just overall, over the whole span that you have the vehicle. So again, go online, you guys, shop around and get yourself educated.